Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tai Chi in the Park here at the Waterworks at Buffalo Bayou Park. Hashtag Tai Chi Tuesday. We are going to continue our Xing practice, the 5 fists of Xing that associate with the 5 elements. And today we're going to continue on adding and layering on the internal practice of cultivating the virtues. And so in martial arts, in Tai Chi, not only do we cultivate our body and cultivate our energy, but we also cultivate our virtuous self so that we can live a full, happy, enjoyable, friendly life. So let's go ahead and get started and get warmed up. So find a space where you can move about, taking maybe 10 steps to the left and 10 steps to the right, being able to move a step or two in front, a step and two behind, and find your space. So let's start by taking a few deep breaths, connecting to the breath. Inhale and exhale. Feel yourself relaxing from the day. Letting all the energy from your head drain down over your heart and collect down into your hips. Relaxing. Releasing any tension that you're holding in your chest. And let it sink down. Washing down through the body. Letting any stress from the day wash out through the feet. And one more. As your hands come down, let your chin come down towards your chest. Arms hang down by your side. Inhale, roll your head to one side. And rolling back towards the front, over to the other side. Releasing tension in the head and neck. Just allowing it to happen, not letting it be a forceful or active stretch. A little bit more passive, but more of a relaxation, allowing the muscles to release and open. Just telling the body to let go. And then moving it gently to encourage that letting go. Bring your chin down to your chest and inhale. Roll the shoulders up and back. And inhale, open the chest. Open up the sternum, the solar plexus, and then exhale, open up the back and shoulders. Across the shoulder blades, thumbs pointing in, palms facing the thighs, and then inhale, open up across the chest, across the shoulders. Come back up to standing. Take both hands. Press them down, working on loosening up the elbows. Gently rotating internally and externally on the shoulder joint. And reverse. And now alternating one and then the other. Bending your knees slightly. Letting the hips swivel. Let yourself sink into your stance. And reverse. And relax down by your side. Raise your stance. Rotate your hands in a circle. And reverse. Hands to your hips and circle. And reverse. And coming back to center, bring your feet together, bend the knees, circle the knees, opening up the knees and ankles. Feeling a nice massage on the soles of the feet as you rotate into all corners of the foot. And step out again. Rotating one ankle, 3 circles out and 3 circles in. Just making sure that the whole ankle joint is open and sitting in the joint properly, as this is a more active beginner's class. I want to make sure the chi can flow and that everything is lined up. All right, so let's go into a little deeper of a warm-up. We're going to start with our dragon twisting. First, we're going to start with the upper body. Keeping your hips straight forward, twisting from the waist. Bringing one hand in front of yin tai, or between the eyebrows, back of the palm. Other hand at mingmen, or the lower back, small of the back, and release. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the other side. And coming back to center, let's work on the lower body. A little bit deeper twist than what we're used to. Take a wide stance, shift your weight, open up, letting the toes turn back just slightly, shifting the weight forward, the knees will bend. You're going to lift up off your back foot, rotate on the ball of the foot, and twist your hips around. And release, and you'll feel the outer hips. Rotate your foot in, turn your other foot out, rotating on the heel, and ball of the foot. Coming up, alternating between rotating on the heel and the ball of the foot. And now that we have the footwork, let's add the arms for the full dragon's twist. And one more. And coming back to center. Shake it out. Shake out your arms. Shake out your legs. Shake it all out. All right, let's take a nice bow stance. To one side, front knee is bent. And take your front arm up. Nice deep stretch. And over to the other side. And crossing behind. And coming back to center. Take your feet out nice and wide, opening up the inner thighs. And just bending the knee. Making sure it doesn't go over the toes or beyond the toes. If they are going beyond the toes, that means you're ready to go lower and you're ready to go wider. So just widen your stance. And let's see how low can you go. Staying low instead of coming up and down, coming across, reaching your tailbone down, keeping your head over the spine, shoulders over the hips. So just because you can get down low, you want to make sure that you're not coming down low because your chest is coming forward. Keep your upright posture. Keep the navel reaching back down towards the spine. Keep your tailbone reaching down. And here we go. Into our tiger stance. And if you're very flexible, see if you can come down further, staying low. If this is too much, just find your way back up to a comfortable height. And coming back to center. Walk your feet in, shake out your legs. All right, and I think we're warmed up for now. Let's begin with our Santee, our commencement form. Practicing that and then moving into P-Twin, splitting fist or chopping fist. Making sure your left heel is in front of your right heel. We inhale, both arms up. And exhale, press down. Thumbs cross in front of your mouth and we lower the stance. Lift your left foot, drop it back down flat. Press down with your hands. Elbows squeeze in, knees squeeze in, hands press apart, heels press apart. So you feel this spiraling sensation in the body. Fists come to the navel. Right arm, phoenix eye fist, spirals up. Left, Post, hands open and split apart as the feet split apart. Right hand at the navel, left hand out in front of the nose and mouth. Long spine. The three dantians, energetic centers, lined up, making sure that you're not out of alignment, that you're not swaying or leaning to any particular side. And let's begin with Pi Chuan. Phoenix Eye Fist, turn out. Post. We squeeze the elbows in because we're tonifying the lungs. And we split forward with our spring step. Post. Turn out. Post. Spring step. We're going to start slow. And we might even stay slow. As we continue to layer on the internal practice. Post, open, split. Post, turn out. Post, open, split. And turn. Inhale, and then we squeeze that inhalation and exhale it out. This is how the practice invigorates the body and builds more chi. And we've talked about the element of metal associated with the lungs, associated with the chopping fist. Metal characteristics are organized, structured, rational. Clean, right? So as we cultivate the characteristics of metal, we see that our life becomes more in alignment. And we can set that intention for ourselves as we practice. If we are already very structured, the lungs also carry the characteristic of good humor and being able to laugh at life and not be so serious. So just finding that balance between structure and play. So focusing forward, focusing on the element of metal. And now let's add on the virtue held in the lungs. The virtue of good, strong character, integrity. Being able to hold your standards, your good behavior, to behave in a way that serves your highest self, your ideal self, so that you move and speak and think in alignment and integrity. And you are able to discipline yourself, set yourself right, set your course. If you find yourself going off course, holding yourself accountable, being honest with yourself. Can be quite liberating, and you feel a sense of ease in your breath, in the lungs, when you are in alignment with your ideals. A few more here, and then we're going to move on. Last one. All right, so to close out, we lean forward, step back, heel to heel, hands to groin. Nice, long, slow, deep breath, relax. So you work in the relaxation into the workout, into your practice, as well as cultivating those ideal parts of ourselves that we want to live by, whatever rules that we want to live by. So let's continue on adding the virtue in to each form and to each fist. Let's continue with drilling fist, Zhuan Chuan, starting in our Santee, starting with the physical form, moving on to the element, and into the virtue. So there's a lot of layers to this practice. A lot of ways we can develop ourselves and our human potential. Become more of who we truly are. So we post. We turn out with the open palm, spear fingers. Then we post, fist, heart down. And then we drill forward as we spring step. Remember, we're drilling from the Mingmen, from the lower spine, just below the rib cage. We're drilling from there and drilling up through the shoulder spiral, spiraling out to the Phoenix Eye Fist. Post, open palm, post, fist down, drill forward. Post, open palm, turn out, post, drill forward. And turn, open palm, turn out, post, drill forward. And so here, we're engaging the kidney area of the body as we access that element of water in the kidneys. The kidneys representing the element of water in the human body. And turn. Open palm. Fist down. Drill forward. Turn, open palm. Characteristics of the water element: cleansing, nourishing. It can be still or it can be flowing. You get to decide how much water needs to flow. If it's too still, it becomes stagnant. If it is rushing too quickly, it can lead to dangerous situations. So we find a gentle flow. Keeping that low stance so that you can spring forward. Now, let's look at the virtue associated with the kidneys and the element of water. That is trust. Trusting in yourself, believing in yourself, believing that you can overcome whatever challenges you face. Trusting that you can learn from every experience, learn from your hardships, and move forward in wisdom. Being somebody who is trustworthy and somebody who is able to trust. And if you feel that you are low on any of the virtues, it will show up in your practice and it will reveal itself to you how you can strengthen that for yourself. Bring to mind somebody that you trust. Why do you trust that person? It can be that they have cultivated trust within themselves. and you resonate with that trust. And so people can begin to resonate with that within you as you practice your Xing. Practice it here. You carry it with you wherever you go. Few more. Building that trust, building up the kidneys, the energy of the kidneys. Moving forward with confidence and self-reliance, resiliency. Good. And hold it here. Leaning forward to close out. Step back. Heel in front of heel. Nice deep breath in and fully relax. Feel your body completely let go. This is the beauty of an active practice. When you are active, when you go back into stillness, the body just lets go because you've given it what it needs and you've been building up the chi in your body. And so you need chi to relax. You need energy to relax. You need energy to sleep. If you are low on energy, you will not get a good night's sleep. So this will help prepare you for the rest of your evening. All right. So let's continue. Let's continue with our next fist, Bung Chuan, stomping or crushing fist. And it's for the liver. When we do our twisting movements, we're twisting across the upper rib cage in the front. We're focusing on that twist here, on that internal massage. So let's begin with our Santi, our 3 embodiments, our 3 treasures. See them aligned, lifting and sinking simultaneously in opposite directions. And closing in front of the mouth. Lower your stance, lift your front foot, press down. Heels press apart, elbows squeeze in. Fist to navel. Spiral up. Post, split. From here, we spring step into our Bung Chuan, making fists. And our fists are right in front of the navel at the midline. Everything, all the energy focused into one straight line. And we spring step. Fist over fist. The back fist comes up and over. Twisting across the rib cage. And here we turn. Step out, hook step. Turn out, Phoenix eye fist. Shift the weight. Post. Open the hands, split as we lower down. Spring step. Bringing to mind the element of wood. That flexibility. That example of life. The tree with its roots. Its ability to twist and turn. Flow with the wind, yet stay grounded. The element of wood is creative, suppleness, finesse. The strength that comes from flexibility. And in Xing, we are never retreating. We are always moving forward, keeping our focus out in front. Hold it here. We're going to switch legs and continue. And turn. And now let's incorporate the virtue associated with the liver, the element of wood, the virtue of gentleness and kindness. So even though we're practicing martial art movements, it's not about hardening. It's about softening and relaxing, being able to move in different directions, to be agile, fluid, to be all of the elements and move with all of the virtues. Because when we are virtuous, we know the right thing to do in any moment because we're in tune with who we are, and who we are is in tune with nature. So we just flow with it. So how can you punch and still be kind? All right, hold it here. We're going to switch again to finish off the practice. Start with your spring step. Turn. All right, and here we're going to close it out. We're going to lean forward, stepping back. As we shift our weight, we extend the fist out. Step back, we cross. So we cross behind, we cross underneath the elbow. Then we clear. We step back, heel to heel, and relax. And notice what that gentleness and kindness feels like in the body. It allows all the tension to release. Good. All right. So we've gone through 3 out of 5 of the fists. The next fist is our Pao Chuan for the heart. Our cannon fist, explosive energy. The time of summertime, the heart fire. And grab some water Take a break, let your legs rest. So the element of fire is about transformation, clearing. So let's begin with the movements. Very calm and relaxed. So we start by taking a small step to the left and we post. Then turning to your left, the right hand comes over the left fist and we curl the wrist. And as we do so, that curl spirals up into the heart, creating a little bit of pressure massage on the center of the chest and the heart. And then we explode diagonally to the right, rotating the fist out over the forehead and across the chest. Step, post, curl, release, spring step. Step, post, curl, release. Step, post, curl, release. Step, post, curl, release. Turning on the back foot. You can spin on the ball of the foot if that works for you. If the surface doesn't work for you, you simply turn your foot out and step. Step, post, curl, release. Step, post, curl, release. Activating the heart chi. Connecting with the earth element. With the fire element, excuse me. Fire creates earth. So here we're blocking and executing a strike. Opening up the heart channels in the arms. Fire can be a roaring fire, or it can be a candle, the light from a candle. If we burn too much, we burn out, we dry up, we have nothing left to give. If we don't burn enough, we're not inspired. Life seems to have little meaning or purpose. Fire burns off that which is unnecessary. You can do that in your life. And by doing so, it clears the way for more growth. And we practice just enough to keep all the elements in balance. This also means that all of the organs are working together harmoniously, and that one is not being overactive on the other or underactive, putting any undue stress or strain on the systems of the body. And turn. Now let's layer on the virtue associated with the heart. The virtues of compassion and acceptance. That can include forgiveness, inspirational love, passion, joy for life. Think about what inspires you. Having compassion for yourself. Seeing the strength in the virtues. It's not that the virtues themselves are weak or weakness. It's that our cultivation of them may be weak. That if we cultivate them in a balanced way, can feel that internal strength for ourselves. Few more here. And one more. We'll close out. Stepping forward, or leaning forward, excuse me, to step back. Heel in front of heel. Seeing the beauty that lives inside you, the beauty, the virtuous beauty that comes from within. All of these virtues are our inherent nature. And we're just tapping into our inherent nature. And this practice in Chinese is called De. It's the practice of power and virtue. To be powerful without virtue is tyranny, and to be virtuous without power is incomplete. So we want to be balanced between our virtues and our own power. So let's finish off the practice with Hung Chuen, our crossing fist, the element of earth, of stability, stability, sturdiness, endurance. So we'll begin. Focusing on the physical aspects, moving into the elemental aspects, and then the virtue. And how these virtues look or are displayed, excuse me, is unique to you. So we want to first start here with Hung Chun by posting. We make the fist and we pull in towards the spleen on the left side, elbow. The heart of the fist turns up, heart of the fist here turns down. We're pulling in towards the spleen. And then we spring step forward as we cross with our right hand. Cross. Fist to the navel, outside the navel. Step. Pull in. Spring step. Cross. Step. Post. Spring step. Step. Post. Spring step. So we're moving diagonally and we're coming across the body at the diagonal. To turn, we turn the same way as we did for Pao Chuen. We're going to turn on the back ball of the foot. And we hold it there. Step. Post. Spring step. Step. Post. Spring step. Step. Post. Spring step. Step. Post. Spring step. Turn. Step. Post. Spring step. So we're crossing, going from down to up. We're also rotating. And one more. Focusing on the element of earth. The earth is massive. And so are you. Cultivating that massiveness, that steadiness, that enduring nature of the earth. The earth is the creation. It holds all of the elements within it. It is cyclical, and its steadiness comes from its cycles and seasons. This is how we learn to live in harmony with the earth. The earth is our teacher. All we need to do is observe. So when you bring to mind the earth, you feel a sense of groundedness. It can also create barriers, some of which are necessary, some of which might need to be removed. As the saying goes, fences make good neighbors. Everybody having their own boundaries. And continuing to move with the virtue associated with the spleen, with the earth element, the virtue of patience, right? Isn't that what endurance is all about? What do you do in the time that you have here? Can you wait and see what happens without creating a story of the possibilities? If you create a good story and it doesn't happen the way it goes, you end up with expectations not being met, disappointments. If your story is one of worry, overthinking, you waste your time and your energy on possibilities that may never happen. So can we just sit and just be on the earth? Without any story about what's going to happen next. Patience. The virtues and their cultivation are easier said than done. Life gives us the trials so that we can build our most virtuous self if we apply it. All right, a few more here. One more, and then we close out. All right, and actually one more. We always want to end with the left foot forward. Oh, how do we do this? For here. Good. Left foot is forward. We shift our weight forward, take a small step back. As you step back, you cross and clear, just like we did for Feng Chuan. Step back and close. And relax. Enjoying this beautiful scenery at Buffalo Bayou Park. Getting in tune with nature, with all 5 elements, and our Xing practice, as well as our 5 virtues. And let me check the time here real quick. All right, we're right on time. So that concludes our practice for today. I suggest that you do a short meditation and let it continue on. We're going to do one right now just to bring it home with all 5 elements. Standing, relaxing, seeing the element of courage, integrity, good humor and character in the lungs, smiling, breathing it in. The virtue of trust and self-reliance in the kidneys, trustworthiness, and the ability to trust. Breathe it into the kidneys. Gentleness and kindness in the liver. Breathe it in. Notice how your body responds. Compassion and forgiveness in the heart. And patience and allowing in the spleen. Allowing everything to be as it is in the present moment without judgment. Being patient with outcomes and results. Just observing everything that is happening in the meantime with curiosity and respect. Let's close out our practice with our salute. Thank you so much for joining me for another Tai Chi in the Park. I hope you've enjoyed this Xing practice and the internal martial arts system of Xing. Wishing you peace on your path, Dao An, and see you again next week. Take care, stay safe. See you next time, Houston.